Welcome back. Yes, last session we saw what is basic proportionality theorem and converse of it. Now we will see how these particular theorems are actually applied. Means how we can use them in our practical solving. So I am taking one example over here. Now I have drawn a figure which is triangle ABC, in which there is line L cutting side AB at P and cutting side AC at Q. The most important factor given over here is that this line is parallel to BC. Then according to basic proportionality theorem, if there is any line which is cutting two sides of the triangle, intersecting two sides of the triangle and parallel to third side, then it divides the two sides in proportion. So I will write here, in this triangle which is ABC, I see here line L is parallel to BC, and where it cuts, so that I will write in this particular format, that is A dash P dash B, showing collinearity, instead of writing the whole statement that it cuts here and meets here. So I am writing it in this format. So using basic proportionality theorem, I am repeating, I am writing BPT, you should not. You should write basic proportionality theorem, the two sides where it is been cut. So this is the first side where it has been cut. Now it is having two parts, that is one part is AP and other part is PB. The ratio of this part AP and PB, AP is to PB, that is equal to, then I told you how to start. So this is your AP. Out of this, one is the vertex. The vertex is A, so you will start from A only and then go in further manner, that is AQ is to QC. So when I write it, what I get, AP is given to me as 2 and PB is given to me as 3. Then AQ is given as x minus 3 and this is given as x minus 2. Okay, then you know, since both are proportional, we will take LCM and solve, or the easiest way is by cross multiplication. So when you cross multiply, you get 2 multiplied with this, that is this multiplies here, so you will get 2x minus 4 is equal to 3 multiplied to x, 3x minus 9. Okay, so we get this as 2x minus 4 is equal to 3x minus 9. Then solving this, we know I am having variable on both sides, so I will be shifting one of the variable. To shift variable, I will be shifting the smaller variable. If you remember what I said, smaller variable means the variable, that is, these are my terms, these are not your algebraic or geometric terms, these are not the mathematical terms. Smaller variable, I consider the variable having smaller coefficient. The smaller coefficient is this, so I shift it here. So it will come in the place of minus 9, which will be pushed from here and will come this side, so it will become plus 9. So you get 9 minus 4 is equal to 3x minus 2x. So obviously you get 5 is equal to x, indicating x is equal to 5. Okay, so this is the required value of x which is supposed to be found out. Okay, now let us go to another question. Now referring to the second figure, it says that again there is triangle ABC, there is line L which is cutting or intersecting side AB at M and side AC at N. Okay, now it is told to you that AB measures 20 and AC measures 28, whereas already given part says that AM is equal to 5 and AN is equal to 7. Okay, then now it is expected that you have to check if line L is parallel to BC. Now I can see this is the line cutting two sides of the triangle, and if it is parallel to the third side, then it must divide the two sides in proportion. Okay, the two sides in which it is dividing must be in proportion. So you can use the other part also of basic proportionality theorem which I have told you. But better it is go by traditional way. That means I need to find MB. To find MB, I know my AB is equal to AM plus MB. Whereas AB is your 20, AM is 5 and MB not known. Though solving it, we get MB is equal to 15. I am not writing units right now, it is not expected also. Okay, so similarly, you have AN plus NC is equal to AC, whereas AN is 7 and NC not known, AC is your 28. So obviously your NC is 21. So what I am going to do, I am going to take ratio of AM is to MB. That will be 5 is to 15. That is 1 is to 3. Let this be first one. Then I have AN is to NC is equal to 7 is to NC 21. That also turns to be 1 is to 3. That means from 1 and 2 what I get? I get AM is to MB is equal to AN is to NC. So obviously what basic proportionality theorem says, but converse. That is by converse of basic proportionality theorem, what it says, if a triangle is there, a line is there cutting two sides of the triangle, and if it divides the two sides in proportion, which I got, then that line is bound to be parallel to third side. That is, line L is parallel to side BC. Okay. Now, shall I take a question which is slightly offbeat the track? Okay. Maja aayega. Let us see. See the question, what it says. Prove SAS test for similarity using basic proportionality theorem. Okay. You have to prove SAS, that is side angle side test for similarity. But how? Using basic proportionality theorem. Okay. Think on it for a moment. Okay, came out. Now, very first thing is, you are expected to prove SAS test, not to use it. That is a basic difference. So you may find this little bit slow called as thinking, or other I will say slightly at higher level. Okay. What it says, prove SAS test. What is SAS test for similarity? It says that if two triangles are there, then in that particular triangle, if the ratio of two corresponding sides are in proportion and the angle included by them is congruent, then the two triangles are similar by SAS test. This statement you have to prove, not to use it. Okay. Now let us think how I will do it. So what I will do is, I will use basic proportionality, okay. But I will first show the two triangles similar. Now if those two triangles are similar, in that I will be showing that this particular condition of SAS exists. Okay, let me draw a figure so you will understand. I am using basic proportionality theorem, means I have a triangle and there is a line parallel to third side which is cutting two sides. That is basic proportionality theorem. That is basic, and whatever we are getting AP is to, that is the application of it. Okay, so I am drawing it first. Now I have drawn already figure in which I have taken triangle PQR, line L cutting two sides, because basic proportionality theorem says what? Okay, there must be a line cutting two sides and parallel to third side. That I have taken, it is parallel to third side. What I have to show is, that also I have written here, I have to prove SAS test. Using BPT, that is not important, but I wrote it. Okay, that means the first thing is the two triangles which are here, that is PXY and PQR, must be similar. Okay, if they are similar, then I can show that they are having this particular part, that SAS test exists between them. That is statement we will discuss later on. We have already discussed, but then we will discuss later on. So right now I am taking triangle PXY and PQR and thinking on it. So if I think on it, what I find, that this line L is parallel to QR. So this PXY and PQR are so called as corresponding angles, and since lines are parallel, these corresponding angles will be congruent. Agreed? Similarly, line XY is parallel to QR, so obviously this pair of corresponding angles PYX and PRQ will also be congruent. Agreed? So I am using them, that is line L is parallel to QR, that is side QR, and PQ is transversal. Okay, so obviously you will get here angle PXY is congruent to angle PQR. This is actually converse of corresponding angles test. Last year you studied. Okay, same statement I am writing again. Line L is parallel to side QR and PR is the transversal now. So what you get? You get here angle PYX is congruent to angle PRQ. The same reason which is written upside, that is converse of corresponding angles test. So now when I take these two triangles, that is in triangle PXY and triangle PQR, I get here angle PXY is congruent to angle PQR. Agreed? This has come from first. Then I got angle PYX congruent to angle PRQ. This is from second. Agreed? Okay. Now I also have angle P, which is common for both, which is common angle or same angle. That is okay. So here we are getting three angles of triangle number 1 correspondingly congruent to three angles of triangle number 2. Then obviously the two triangles will be similar by AAA test for similarity. We are showing similar, but we are not showing similar using SAS test. We can use any other test, or you can use definition also. But definition becomes difficult because we will require all the three sides also. So that is not possible. So I am using this test over here. So therefore I will get triangle PXY similar to triangle P goes with P. This I will explain in further part of similarity. How do I take correspondence? P goes with P. or rather I have already explained you earlier also, you know this. Then y goes with r, y goes with r, that is third. So x goes with q, that is PQR by so called as AAA, test for similarity. I am writing similarity like this, a similar symbol and ITY. Okay. Now it is damn sure that these two triangles are always similar. Okay. Now in this, what I will get here, therefore you will get Px is to PQ, right? Px is to PQ is equal to Py is to PR. Already all three sides I can write. Okay. So is equal to XY is to QR. That also I am writing here. XY is to QR. This all thing I will explain you later on. How do I take correspondence and all this. These are corresponding sides of similar triangles. Okay. Got it? Okay. I hope up to here it is clear. I have shown the two triangles similar using AAA test. Now I will prove SAS test. Okay. Now the triangle PXY is already similar to triangle PQR. Agreed? Now in this triangle, here you have Px is to PQ is equal to Py is to YR and so called as angle P congruent to angle P. So therefore it satisfies all the conditions which are mentioned in SAS test. So I will write them, that it proves that if a pair of corresponding sides of two triangles, these are the pair of corresponding sides of two triangle, PX and PY are side of triangle PXY, and PQ and YR, PQ and YR, sorry, it is written wrong here, it is PR. It is PR, It is PR. Py is to PR. So PQ and PR are the sides of triangle PQR. So PX is to PQ. These are one pair of corresponding sides and these are another pair of corresponding sides of two different triangles. These two pairs of corresponding sides are in proportion and angle included by them, that is the angle between them, is congruent. What is this included and between, that I will explain you in so called as another term of similarity. So here this condition is satisfied, already the triangles are similar and this condition satisfies it. That means it is proving your side angle side test. So therefore your SAS test for similarity is satisfied. You may find little bit weird this particular type of question because you are not accustomed to solve such questions up till now. May not be asked any time in your board also. I just wanted you to take out of the track of thinking, so I took it like this. I will be taking some examples like this. All these questions which I have did today are prepared by myself. They are not in any kind of your books. Okay. Now let us move to another part. Okay. That is a very beautiful theorem. That is also application of so called as basic proportionality theorem. I have written statement. It says the name is angle bisector theorem. Now the word itself tells you, statement itself tells you, angle is bisected. So that I will explain you further. What the statement says, in a triangle, the angle bisector, the should be there, let it be. The angle bisector divides the side opposite to angle in the ratio of remaining sides. So better I will draw and try to understand it. Okay. I require a triangle pehle. I have drawn a triangle ABC in which there is angle bisector. Now angle bisector is actually a ray which divides the given angle in two angles of same measure. So where should I take? You can take anywhere. You can take bisector of angle A, bisector of angle B, or bisector of angle C. But being a right-handed person, my complete first view attention goes to B only. So I will draw bisector of angle B. So I have taken bisector of angle B and taken measure of each of the angle A, B, M and angle so called as MBC to be as x degree. Okay, the measurement I have taken to be as x degree. Now what he says, the angle bisector, okay, this is the angle bisector, divides the side opposite to angle. Which side? Opposite to angle. This is your angle, the opposite side is obviously your AC. It is divided into two parts, AM and MC. Divides the side opposite to the angle in the ratio of remaining sides. Means AM is to MC ratio must be equal to ratio of remaining sides. Now which are the two sides remaining? Only two sides are there, that is AB and BC. That means AM is to MC is equal to AB is to BC. I have to show. How to take this particular, that also I will tell you later on. So right now I need to write given, but before that what I am doing is I will plan my workout. Okay. Now I want AB is to BC is AM is to MC. So AB and BC are the two sides of the triangle, but AM and MC is very good. They are been showing that line is cutting them. Okay. So if this line is cutting side AC, then here it should have cut another side of the triangle. Then I could have used basic proportionality and I have drawn parallel line. That means two things are missing. That is, I don't get a side of the triangle over here which is complete, and I don't have a parallel line. So first what I am doing is I am better drawing a line parallel to this BM so that I can use basic proportionality. And why I am using basic proportionality? Because I want ratio AM is to MC, and that is only possible with basic proportionality. So obviously I will be using basic proportionality over here. So what I am doing is I am drawing a line parallel to BM. Okay. So line parallel to BM I am drawing. So, and from where I will draw? I can draw infinite lines now like this. But I know okay, ratio is AM is to MC. That means this line must be parallel to third side. So third side must come from here only. Right. This will be a third side. You can say third side is this also. Okay. But what happens is कि I am going to take this as one more side. Na? So this is going to extend further. Then only triangle will be complete. So better I am drawing it pehle from here parallel to so called as your BM. Okay. Now I have drawn a dotted line, say it as L, through C parallel to BM. Again I am using the axiom over here, that is postulate. What is that postulate? To a line and point outside it, there exists one and only one parallel line. Okay. Now I require this as your side. So this becomes your third side. This is your one side. This is your third side. The very second side. So for second side you will have to extend this. So I am extending this AB. Now the extended part of AB has intersected line L at point R. Now let me write everything whatever I have studied over here. Okay. The given says what? Let me read it. In a triangle. So I drew a triangle, that is in triangle ABC. Okay. Angle bisector. I took an angle bisector, that is ray BM bisects angle ABC. If there is angle bisector, then it divides the side opposite to the angle. Means if there is a triangle given to you and an angle bisector, then you have to show that it divides the side opposite to angle, that is AM is to MC in ratio of remaining sides. Now I have two sides which are remaining, that is AB and BC. Whom to take pehle? So see the upper side, AM. Who is the vertex? Obviously A. So start from A. That is AB is to BC. Now whatever I did here falls in the part of construction. So I will write construction here. What I am doing is draw line L through where? Through C. Parallel to whom? Parallel to BM. Okay? Parallel to BM. Then what I did? Extend AB up to R on L. Right? Now let me analyze the figure. Now you will have to draw the figure beside you to understand it better, because I will be taking page upside now. Now the very first thing I want that I will pay attention to it, I want AM is to MC. Now looking at AM is to MC, this is your AM and this is your MC, and this is the line cutting two sides of the triangle, that is ARC cut two sides, it is cutting, and I want this ratio. So obviously this line is parallel to third side by construction, and it is dividing the two sides in proportion by basic proportionality theorem. What I am doing is I am just concentrating on AM is to MC. So what I do here is in triangle ARC, remember this triangle, because this triangle when I take, that time the unwanted part vanishes. In this triangle I have BM cutting two sides, agreed, and this BM is parallel to third side. So this line you don't see at all, BC. Remove it from your eye vision. So you have a triangle in which there is a line cutting two sides of the triangle and parallel to third side. So you can use basic proportionality theorem. So here it is A dash B dash R and A dash M dash C. Also your BM is parallel to RC. So by basic proportionality theorem, you have here AB is to BR is equal to AM is to MC. Agreed? So this is what you get. Now you compare this with what you want. So what you want is AM is to MC, got it? AB, got it? Is to BR, BC. Here is BC and here is BR. So very common thinking tells me that BC I want and BR I want to remove. So if I want BC and remove BR, so obviously this BC will be replaced by BR, and that is possible only when this BR and BC measure same. And if they measure same, that means this triangle BRC must be isosceles. If they are isosceles, that means this angle R and this angle C must be equal. So I must develop a link between R and C, but already angle C, that is BCR, is alternate with MBC. Right? This Z formation is there, and they are parallel also. That means even this angle measures to be as x. But unfortunately, this is not related to this right now, up till now. That means, in short, even BRC I want to be as x. So that BRC is either this x or this x. So wait. Let me see this x. ABM. Right? Right. ABM and this ARC are corresponding angles. Right? They are corresponding angles. It means that if lines are parallel, these corresponding angles will be congruent. And lines are already parallel, so therefore this angle is already x. Agreed? So this I will, whatever I explained, I will write it. So pause video, draw figure beside you to understand it better. Now this figure will not be visible to you, probably, I feel so. Now I have written a line. I am taking measure of angle ABM and angle MBC, which is already given to me. They are congruent to be as x degree. Now what I get here is K, your BM is parallel to line L. Okay? And BC transversal. So obviously you get here angle MBC is equal to angle BCR, which is also x degree, because MBC is already x degree given upside. So let this be your statement number 2. Right? Okay. Now moving further. Now you have BM parallel to line L. Agreed? But the transversal now becomes AR. AR is transversal. Agreed? If it is transversal, then obviously angle so called as ABM is equal to angle so called as R only I am writing. This is to be as x because this is converse of corresponding angles test. Let this be your third one. In previous I have not written the reason. There you mentioned that it is converse of alternate angles test. So everyone is x over here. That is all, everyone is already x. Right? So from all the above part, you can see here, I will not mention 1, 2 and 3 like this. That is from all above discussion. From all above discussion. What we get is angle R is equal to angle BCR, that is also x degree. Right? So therefore, triangle BCR is isosceles triangle. And if it is isosceles, then obviously the sides opposite to congruent angles are congruent. Yani the side opposite to R is your BC. This we'll discuss also later on what is opposite side and how to find it. And BCR opposite side is BR. In further videos I will tell you all these things. Okay. So this BC is equal to BR. Let this be your statement number 4. Okay. Now this statement number 4 which is there, that I will put in statement number 1. That is put 4 in 1. So when I put it, what I get? AB and this BR which was there, you may not be able to see it, but there is BR below it. So this BR is replaced as your BC is equal to AM, is to MC. Just go backside, see it and cross check where I have replaced it. Okay, BR I have replaced by BC. So this is angle bisector theorem, which tells me that if there is a triangle, how to apply it? You must have a triangle and you must have an angle bisector. Then wherever the angle bisector goes, the two parts it is dividing, that is equal to the ratio of remaining two sides. Okay, so this is very simple. We will try to apply it in questions to understand it in better manner. Okay, let us go to your one of the textual question, simple one. You can see here कि triangle ABC is there, in which measure of angle ABD and measure of angle CBD is same by the sine, that is it is given bisector already, and the sides are mentioned over here. So obviously you are going to find x over here. So obviously if you see here, I have a triangle and bisector. Now if I have a triangle and bisector, then it directly relates to the sides by angle bisector theorem. यानी angle bisector will relate it to the sides का ratio, and if I get the sides का ratio, then I can very easily find x. So here in triangle ABC, you have here so called as BD bisector of angle ABC. Agreed? So if BD is bisector of angle ABC, then the bisector starts from B, goes on what side? Opposite side. Write the ratio of that side, that is AD is to DC, is equal to, see the upper side, which is the vertex out of it. Vertex means the name of triangle is ABC, correct? So in ABC, which name has appeared here? A. So start from that point A, go to the remaining two sides. The remaining two sides are AB and BC. So from A only one side comes, that is AB, and the remaining side is BC. This is angle bisector theorem. Agreed? So your AD is your x minus 2 and DC is x plus 2. AB is x and BC as x plus 5. Now both the ratios are equal. So obviously I will cross multiply them. So what I will get? I get x minus 2 into x plus 5 is equal to x into x plus 2. So multiplying it, you know the multiplication, x will be multiplied to both of them, x square plus 5x, then minus 2x into minus 10. So you get here, I did the multiplication, it is x square plus 5x minus 2x, so it becomes 3x, 2 5s are 10, minus 10, then x into x square plus 2x. Okay, so obviously what happens is, this x square which is there will transfer either to this side or that side, because both are having same coefficient, but will change the sign, so it will get cancelled. Okay, now I will be shifting either 3x or 2x, which is smaller. The smaller obviously is your 2x, so will come this side, will become negative, and minus 10 will be shifting from here. So you get 3x minus 2x is equal to 10. That means value of x is your 10. Okay, very simple, very simple question. Okay, no, nothing is there in this particular question. Now we will go with some other questions based on this. So understand all these three theorems properly, try to keep them in your brain, understand their application. Okay, If you do this very properly, you will not face any difficulty in any part of your studies. Till then, till lockdown is there, stay home, stay safe. Goodbye and thanks.